Even before Sarah Palin became Alaska's 11th governor, there was one man who was a constant thorn in her side. This is Mike Wooten, an Alaska state trooper.
You know, I love my job and I love this state, and you know, those are my priorities, my kids and my job.
But Mike Wooten is also Palin's former brother-in-law, and that relationship is at the heart of what has become the biggest controversy of her short political career. Tom Kazaya has covered the story for the Anchorage Daily News.
Troopergate was the first smudge on her image as a kind of clean government reformer.
For 5 years, Trooper Wooten and Palin's sister Molly were married, but their marriage ended bitterly in 2005, and ever since, they've battled over custody of their 2 children.
How do you feel about just having all of your life plastered in newspapers and TVs and now picked up nationally?
It's definitely not very easy. It creates a lot of stress, that's for sure.
In the beginning, Palin had only glowing words to say about Trooper Wooten. In this letter, then Mayor Palin wrote that she was impressed with his integrity, work ethic, community spirit, and trustworthiness, and that it is an honor to know Mike.
Was there ever a good time with you? I mean, at one point you were a member of that family.
You're absolutely right. I was a member of that family, and I have some very cherished memories of those times. There was a lot of good times.
But the good times ended after Mike Wooten and Molly divorced. By August 2005, Palin was firing off emails to the head of the state troopers, describing Wooten's, quote, unethical and illegal actions that reflect so poorly on the troopers, including threats to her family. Palin's father, Chuck Heath, doesn't like discussing it, but did tell us.
Yeah, that Troopergate, that's a real hurtful thing in our life, what's happened. All I'll say about that is sometimes look at the guy's record. That's all I want to say about that, yeah.
And so we did look into Trooper Wooten's record, and it's not pretty.
The headlines about you: tasered a stepson when you were a taser officer, shot a moose illegally, 2 separate incidents where somebody saw you drinking in a car, driving. True?
Well, let me take those on one at a time and explain those to you.
Yes, Wooten admits he did taser his stepson, but he insists his stepson asked him to do it.
I didn't shoot him with a taser with a live, you know, actual live cartridge and shoot him with the probes and, you know, that kind of situation that some people have made this out to be. That's not the case at all. It was a training aid that he was hooked up to, just little clips, and you know, it was as safe as I could possibly make it.
Wooten admits he killed a moose in violation of state law, but he justified it because his wife had the actual permit. As for drinking and driving his patrol car while on duty?
No.
Didn't happen?
Didn't happen.
Those witnesses
I
lying?
I don't know why they would say that. It didn't happen.
But there were other charges. Palin told police that she heard Wooten rage against her sister and threatened to kill her father.
Did you threaten to kill your father-in-law?
No, I did not.
You didn't say you were going to put a effing bullet in his head?
No, I did not.
So those people that say they heard that are lying?
I didn't threaten him, and I never threatened anyone, for that matter.
Despite Mike Wooten's numerous transgressions, he was given just a 5-day suspension. But his boss, Walt Monaghan, the Commissioner of Public Safety and the state's top cop, was fired. And that is why Alaska Governor Sarah Palin was investigated in the first place. At the heart of the matter, did Palin as governor abuse her power by trying to have her ex-brother-in-law fired? Records show she believed Wooten was too dangerous to be a state trooper, but others allege she was just settling a family score. John Sear is Wooten's union rep.
I don't think that we get to go back 4 years or more and try to demonize an officer and try to get an officer fired because of an ugly divorce. I mean, and I think that's what this is about.
And what about Commissioner Monaghan? Governor Palin says she fired him because he was slow to act on her budget initiatives. But that's not how Monaghan sees it. He told our producer in a phone interview,
I believe I was fired because I did not fire Mike Wooten.
he admits he was never told to actually fire Wooten, but he says he was under intense pressure from Palin's staff and her family to do just that. Finally, on October 10th, the results of the legislative investigation were released. The report concluded Palin did abuse her power and violated state ethics codes when she pressured Monaghan to fire Trooper Wooten. But she did not break the law when she fired Monaghan. Palin still insists she did nothing wrong.
I'm thankful that the report has shown that there was no illegal or unethical activity there in my choice to replace our commissioners.